And what a game we should have. Finally, it's looking, after that first game, there was concerns that Gambit might just run away with this, but as everyone kind of hit on, this draft from Gambit from the get-go seems a bit peculiar, I think is the word we'll choose here. The IO doesn't have a dominant partner.
Thank you.
Are we still talking about Dota or what?
I mean, yes. Sorry, are you getting into...
No, I don't like
I'm not suggesting you go behind the trees and
I don't
Dota, but
I don't like when there's nothing that benefits from IO's level 15 free eggs. What do you have? Like Undying is cool.
That's the one.
Centaur ulti, but you don't want to be tethered to the Centaur in a team fight.
I mean, like boat, you get the push. That's about it, right? Like the best one in my eyes in this type of game is Undying. But do you really want to be going into a team fight, peppering the person that wants to die first?
No.
Exactly.
There's gonna be a mid anti-mage against Timbersaw, just burn all his mana.
And then coexist.
Yeah, but you can't stop Timbersaw from farming. So mid lane should kind of be even. Timbersaw is just gonna spam Whirling Death at start to use his mana, because otherwise it's gonna get burned.
The real emphasis for Keen is the outer lanes. They need to actually take control, get super aggressive, and they do have good heroes for that. Combo the Tiny plus the Jakiro, the Wyvern plus the Void. Panel was already talking about how good Wyvern is against the Centaur with the burn, even against the Io, who is also a strength hero. Gambit, put a lot of emphasis on this mid lane. We're going to turn it to a dual lane, folks. Kaka has joined in. And already giving over double decays, though, is going to be the big problem here. So we'll leave the Kunkka versus the Tiny bot. It's basically a classic mid matchup. It's very drawn as well. There's no clear winner with this.
Everyone has a ton of damage. Cleave. Tiny with the Quelling Blade. Kunkka just bought one. Just needs to put it in a backpack in his inventory.
Of course, we don't see the Tidebringer used to deny anymore, right? Like, there's not a big focus on that anymore. So it's not like you even up. Tiny definitely has an advantage in terms of CSing here. So far, though, Centaur is definitely the winner. Up to 7 last hits already, and Old Chicken just sitting on 3 so
16
far.
charges on Timbersaw, 1 more decay. Not gonna be enough. That's the Winter Wyvern.
He's got his escape plan. FNG getting super low here as well. He's getting low on mana. He has got Mango to work with, 2 in fact, so he can still linger around for a while. Never really killed. Oh, there is though the Soul Rip. FNG, he snatches a kill just before he goes down himself. Timber was not paying attention, way too low on HP, and way too close to the creep.
He was sitting below 500 HP, but they're putting a lot of pressure on this anti-mage.
Interesting movement there from Timber. Of course, that does mean the gold is on an Undying. He'll be happy about that, but it's not like you gave over the kill to the anti-mage in this scenario, which would have been pretty catastrophic.
I remember one game when Samael played the Timbersaw against Undying +1. Undying was just sitting on his hill, stacking decay. He couldn't do anything.
You can argue both ways as a Timber in this scenario, right? Like, I got less health, so the health regen's more beneficial, will get me up to full quicker, but this is one of those heroes that doesn't want that, because you get so much health regen from the reactive armor, you don't really need to be lower on health. The whole idea is to sustain more or less at top. Oh, Stomp's going to come out. Well, again, super aggressive here. We'll just time walk off. They were looking onto immersion. They know they can never kill the Centaur here, which is pretty typical of any IO scenario.
The way you play against the Centaur these days is you don't give him retaliate charges. He has 2 points in it. You just don't attack him. I mean, it's always better to try to focus IO if you can get on top of him.
Dash. He's getting super low here. The Soul Rip throwing down. The punches. Chasing through. He does salve up. But he just used a salve there. And FNG doing so much in this mid lane so far. In the bot lane, Avalanche comes out. Alphon with the Avalanche. Slowing him down. Can't move away quick enough. And as a result, 11 will catch up. Get the final touch on this. There it is. Nicely done from my Kaka, just to make sure that he kept the slows going so there was no escape plan. Centaur definitely the winner in this early game. Anti-Mage doing fairly well. 15-5 right now. Courtesy of FNG making sure that he's never pressured at all. It's a little bit worrying because we've seen Timbersaws fall behind this early, in fact, before. I believe it was Playmakers that had that issue earlier in the tournament, and did not bode well. There was never a point at which the Timber recovered.
Every single time I see Timbersaw not doing well early game, it just feels like the hero can't recover.
Of course, good news from the scenario is Keen do still have the Jakira and the Void. With that big power. You have to be careful though, with the Kunkka plus the Centaur, there's a lot of damage reduction coming out from Gambit.
He's gonna fly over him.
Oh, he's gonna get it in time. He bottles the Arcane Rune. That would have been glorious for FNG. Just would have been able to spam out more decays. Top lane. Zomp is gonna be there. Dark, that's way too late for a TP away. And now, even when he respawns, he won't be able to get back to the lane fast. And Kiro doesn't naturally move fast anyway. All in all, things looking very good for Gambit.
Yeah, all the lanes are going well for Gambit, besides bottom lane, Tiny a level ahead, not level ahead, close to level 5, but he has way more denies, way more CS.
Yeah, Tiny is leading the way, and we've seen what Old 11 can do. We saw him, especially on Shake yesterday, while he didn't deliver in the mid-late game, his early mid-game transition was almost flawless.
Oh yeah, Old 11, a man of many faces, actually 2 faces, a feeding one or the godlike one.
And we did get to see that from a Tiny yesterday as well. I mean, you get the extremes, right? You can handle it. It's just you got to expect it. Don't give him the Earthshaker, give him the Tiny. Avalanche on a small cooldown compared to Echo Slam on a big. And even if he misses, he can follow up soon afterwards. Dark just turning around here, slows him down. Time Dilation comes out, looking under immersion. They need a bash, though, is the problem. Nice body blocks coming out, but Ultra moves forward with the Time Walk. Does get hit up by the double edge, though. How do you deal with this?
They can't really kill this IO. He has a Fairy Fire, a Flask, 2 bottle charges, Magic Stick. This top lane is not looking good. They should just try to play
around the bottom, maybe? Because that's what they're doing. F1, tanks up, he should be fine. But Jakira will not in the top lane. The problem with doing that to a Kunkka is if you don't finish him off, he just does this. XTP back to base. Oh, looking a little bit grim for Keen. They need some sort of booster, some sort of rebuttal. And while Tiny could be that, is there any big 6 we're looking towards? Probably the Chrono Macro Power combo, but it's against the Centaur and an Io.
He just needs Chrono to get on top of Io and try to kill him, but he also needs to score a bash. I didn't see him bashing anything so far besides this catapult.
He's just stacking up. When he goes in, he'll get a bash on a bash. A wonderful mechanic of Faceless Void now. His ability to do exactly that. Oh, chicken, he actually does almost have 6 here. The problem is, I don't think he even throws a Chrono out until his Jakira has 6 as well. As a result, that just means Centaur will continue to farm uncontested.
All heroes inside of Keen Gaming are really level dependent. Void needs 6, Timbersaw needs levels, Jakiro to be efficient wants to put a couple of points in Ice Pad.
Bot lane, they're going in here. Afon protects himself. Both coming through now. Maybe a little bit too late. The extra back's going to be on the Dark, but he's already too low. They'll try and farm up before he dies, but they do get the Kunkka kill.
That's the lane that they should play. Hard to kill a Timbersaw on mid.
Oh, check in. He's got the Chrono. He's going to throw it out here. There's going to be a TP coming up from Jakira right now. Io is going to get low, and they finish Immersion off, though. With the breath, it should be enough to burn him out. Oh, the Kulich chasing on the Dark. Gets him pretty low. This Retaliate hurts so damn much. A 1-for-1 trade. Not optimal here, considering you did use the Chrono. Double brace on this Centaur. Just gives him the clicks, runs at him with the phase boots, and they are helpless in the face of this scary horseman. What do you think he's going to go for in this type of game? Do you just think we're going to see the typical Vanguard Crimson Guard pick-up, or do you kind of go for more of a right-click focus build?
You could get an early Blink Dagger and just kill people. Buy time for Anti-Mage, you need to play around your team.
Dash? I mean, that's an ambitious attempt. He is level 5. This Timbersaw is a little bit harder to kill. Considering you just burn his mana and then don't do any damage. Kaka. Take the Arcane Rune. He was actually trying to wait to see if Timber could get across, as he did have the bowl. Force him to pick it up. The wall placement so far, giving a decent amount of information on these runes.
Yeah, that's actually Kaka's bottle. That's not Timbersaw's bottle.
Did he give it across to him then? Yeah, he bought it and gave it cross. That's what I was wondering, because we saw him pick up an Arcane earlier and hold on to it. So everything is being thrown into this Timbersaw to allow him to recover, basically. Tiny Well, he's the one doing the best for Keen right now. They do need something soon. He's already halfway towards the Blink Dagger. That's when they'll look to start making more plays. But already in the mid lane, Gambit the one making the plays. Can't quite connect though. Older Coolidge did come alongside with Zio. Now they're going to look to turn around. They're going to throw out the Chakram, but it's not doing enough damage. Avalanche arriving. Old 11 is here. Colt on the spot. FNG taking a lot of damage. Is going to go down. The Stampede, too late to help. The Ice Path locked in Older Coolidge, but not long enough. Stampede didn't wear out before he was able to make his escape, but that is a Stampede used fully defensive and you still lose a hero.
Yeah, and Faceless Void on top lane is having a really good time. 46 CS. Centaur is the biggest winner. Still looking good for Faceless Void. Is good. I've seen Chinese players just going for Mask of Madness into BKB straight. Maybe this game is not gonna be necessary to get a BKB second item because they don't have that much lockdown.
It's more the case of the Kunkka. The Kunkka's your threat in that regard, right? He can boat you from outside the chrono, he can torrent you as well, X you on the spot. So maybe a BKB eventually, but depends if they keep pressuring that one like they have been. Who is already up to level 8, by the way. Because they have been investing more heroes in the bot lane here on the side of Keen, it does mean the Kunkka's getting an XP advantage. A hero that does have some decent talents to work with. Of course, you have got the damage. And look, the damage is still good, but there isn't really a focus like there used to be on the Tidebringer for Kunkka. It's now more about utility and the boat.
So yeah, the Kunkka is kind of like a Venomancer. This hero can build into anything. He gets one item for himself and then just buys team fighting items.
Means full focus on the anti-mage, and it worked out for Gambit last time. Doing reasonably well so far. Oh, Chrono going on to 2 though. They're going to actually TP up. 2 coming in to help out. Side of Keen. Ice Path goes down. Dark with the backstab. It's actually 4 heroes here. And Older Coolidge, he might be tanky. Without the assistance of his IO, he's overwhelmed. He will fall. And actually, Jakira got both of the kills. As a very happy support dragon right there.
Oh yeah, Jakiro needs levels as well. You want to max out that Ice Path. You want to get him... Get level 6 actually. He's level 4 only.
Yeah, he's pretty far behind right now. That'll help him somewhat. He's almost level 5 now. But the thing that we haven't seen yet, because it's not there, is the Chrono Mapper combo. That's where the damage really ramps up for the Void. All in all though, considering how they started for the side of Keen, they are looking in good shape.
They won the bot lane, but the early rotation paying off. Kunkka side lanes, not that effective.
And he's going to try for a kill now. That might be effective. Kaka held on the spot. He will go down. DP coming in now from the Faceless Void. Not sure how much he can do here though. Maybe he gets a few bashes. Time dilation comes out. Slowed up Afon. Reinforcements are arriving. They need a bash though, and they can't get it. Let's allow them to back up. Regen Rune has just spawned bot, and what's actually coming out right now? How's Timber doing? Timber's up to level 8 actually. Considering the lane he was in, he is now ahead of the anti-mage, and this is a consolation prize. He is, of course, poorer, but this isn't a depressing Timber game like we saw yesterday.
And he's building into good items. Has Yule Scepter queued up, Bracer, Soul Ring to have extra mana, especially against the anti-mage.
Of course, Centaur is still king. 6,000 net worth on this big boy already, and he has queued up the Blink, already has the Vlads. Just enabling his team to fight rapidly and early on. Now he just needs the means to get in there. And of course you can see Immersion likely to just wait, hold the tether until the Blink comes in, because Centaur is still going to be his primary target for tethering. Actually, that's not that close to the battle here. He's still got some way to go. And this is where Keen could start to make some moves, right? They could look for these tier 1 towers. They do have the means to break them.
Yeah, every time the chrono is up, they're gonna smoke and try to go for a kill and grab a tower. There it is.
10 seconds till the chrono is available. They are looking at Afon and all the Coolidge in the mid lane. They aren't overcommit. They are a little bit concerned because barely anyone is shown on the side of Keen. Only the obvious ones. FNG does get the tombstone down here. I'm really sure it's worth it though.
Tiny with the Shadow Blade.
Oh, jump straight in. Dahak stunned up. Tossed on the spot. Is it enough to bring him down? He's going to blink away, but Old Chicken does see him. Does he want a chrono is a real question. He just wants a bash, but there's Stampede coming out. He actually needs a chrono right now, but he can't. He already used the Mask of Madness. There's the winner's curse. Now they can follow up. They'll be able to toss him on the spot. He is going to die, and they force out the Stampede from the side of Gambit. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they are going to go. The boat's coming in right now. Dash getting low, but he managed to get away, drawn back. X was controlling him up. He will fall. Jakiro TPing in. There is a chrono available. He's going to commit it. It connects on the 2. Io is going to be the first to fall, and Kunkka just on the edge, so close to not being in it, but no. Immersion is too damn tanky. He moves away with Older Coolidge. And Old Chicken will be drawn back by the X. There's no chance they get killed into the Io, and that was the chrono committed.
Oh yeah, the problem is this Jakiro is still level 5, so no Macroplier into chrono, but they get a kill on FNG. This Tiny is extremely farmed, and he's gonna be the one hunting them. Early Shadow Blade pickup, I love that way more than a Blink Dagger because he gets extra damage, especially against the hero. Like an anti-mage, he can't solo kill him, but he can also cut into backlines and just grab a kill on Io.
Definitely seems like Old 11 is stepping up. This is the thing you were saying. You either get 100% or you get 0. Old Chicken going to be stunned up. He has got the Time Walk to work with. The relocate is coming in right now, but he'll be able to move away. Immersion on half HP. This may not have been the smartest relocate. Old 11's going to be locked in place, but it doesn't matter. The X doesn't control, and Afon's going to be left behind. The boat is going to come out, but it's way too late. He's already dead. Dark, Ice Path, onto Older Coolidge. He can't escape. He hasn't got the Stampede available. They can change through. He's going to go for the TP away, but there's the winner's curse. They say you are not going anywhere. We need the golden XP that you provide.
If they had Vlad's, maybe they could have gone for Roche. The runes are spawning, and it feels like Gambit is going to grab all 4. Someone steeping bottom. Hero trying to grab at least 1.
Well, they will be able to get it. Dark is closer. And he'll realize FNG took the other one, but look at the win probability. We're pretty even here, and for good reason. The gold has just swung back towards Gambit with the pickups of those runes. XP is still in favor of Keen, and they're going to get this tier 1 tower, which is big. We'll open up the map a lot for them, and they have the heroes that can exploit that. We talked about this Tiny already with Shadow Blade, and then going for the Blink next. And he's Shadow Bladed again. He sees FNG, tap comes out, Avalanche, toss on the spot. Timber gets some range just to get the XP, and so do their supports. They have invaded the jungle now. They haven't even taken the tier 1 bot yet. There's no real pressure for them to do this.
They have amazing heroes against the anti-mage. You have a Timbersaw with the pure damage, just reducing his HP. Tiny, once he gets the Echo Saber, he will get the damage talent. Yeah, so he might one-shot the anti-mage.
Indeed possible. Even the Kunkka, we saw what happened last time. Before the boat could even affect him, he was dead. And that's problematic. It's just saying to Gambit, if you initiate, you can do something. But if we come first, you're in trouble. The Stampede comes out, but winner's curse used. Taka will be brought back by their X. He'll go down. He forces Stampede. Me on the top lane. The Chrono's going to be there to hack. And actually blink away just in time. They don't quite find him. We'll go for the TP away. Ice Path is there though, and the Magpie as well. They do see it. The hack. He has got the blink coming off cooldown. He can move away, but they're going to keep on chasing. Toss forward. Hack, he's ticking low. He's going to stay alive for the moment, but he has no TP back to base now. Dark is already anticipating where he is. He looks the wrong way with the Ice Path though, and Old 11, uh-oh, he sees the kill.
That's a huge kill.
I mean, in the end, you give it over to the better hero because Tiny is just being funneled full of gold so far in this game. Already up to 8,000 net worth. The Centaur starting to fall behind a little bit. Of course, you would like to give a kill to the Void more. That's kind of a given. But right now, this mid-game is just all about Tiny. It's the Tiny show.
Centaur has enough money to buy a Blink Dagger, so they should try to smoke up, grab a kill. 3 smokes on Undying. The problem is, again, once you pick those supports who have no ways of initiating, you kind of want enemy team to fight into you. You're not making the first move ever.
Absolutely, the whole lineup is based on this, right? Because eventually the Centaur will have the Axe benefits, and he's in the same case with the Stampede to reduce damage. You've got the bow, and of course you have got an anti-mage that has magic resistance. So, Keen, they'll give you what they want. They're going to actually smoke up and look to move towards Gambit here. Gambit will do exactly the same. Question is, who's going to get the jump here? You're going to dangle the anti-mage, which isn't that bad.
Long wrap around. I'm not sure they're going to find anything with this smoke.
No, they're just searching. They're searching in the wrong places because Dash is still shown in the bot lane. Always refusing to leave. Team does join him. They'll take this tier 2, and it's at no cost because Gambit is nowhere to do anything about it.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That cliff, is it buying time for Roche? Yeah, they've gone in. All right, Sensor right-click build enables Roche. This is not going to be quick enough. Keen realized that for a second, then Gamma are in a lot of trouble. They do at least have the Stampede to work with.
I don't think they have enough damage. Retaliate is gonna last for only a couple of seconds.
Guy's going down to half HP.
I mean, they have a sustain, but also Keen Gaming's approaching.
And they're getting low as well. Keen, they're going to suspect something soon. If they're allowed to just chip away at this high ground, there's no response. There we go. It's going to be obvious now. Can they get there in time? Void, they're not reading this at all.
I think he's reading it. He just don't have a team to play with.
And in the end, Gambit, they more or less get a freebie. A little bit chip damage on the tier 3, but for the scenario that they're in, they'll take it. Dark, oh, they'll take him too. Stomped up on the spot. Secure pretty tanky though. Buys enough time for Old 11 to get across and get a kill on the Io instead. Stampede is going to be there. Dark trying to move away with the ice bomb. It's not enough though. They might turn around Old Coolidge. He has been slowed down. Timber chain through. They are just converging on them right now. Boat's going to come out. Stomp there to lock them in place. They move in. Old Chicken does get stunned up as well, but the track and through should be enough to bring down the center. All of a sudden they can go on the aggression again. The Hack just trying to cut the wave, but they're going to head towards bot. Boat was used and...
Oh, they're going to find Kanka. He has Armlet. Is there any follow-up damage?
No, there isn't. There's actually... Timber's the only one that went. The rest of them went back to look for the anti-mage.
Oh,
and they find him. Farming their jungle. It was an obvious move. He cut the creep wave. Where's he going to go next?
Luckily for Keen Gaming, the good 11 showed up at this particular game.
The good old 11. The one you want to see. And so far his tiny performances have been on point. So we shouldn't really have expected anything else. He didn't even stop off the blink, did he? He just decided he wanted more damage.
Oh, there's an arcane rune. I think Kaka wants to give him bottle.
Yeah, he should do so. Now Tiny can just get super aggressive pretty easily. Oh, he might find immersion here. Yule's going to come out. One has moved forward. Oh, it's not going to be on the spot. The Stomp does connect on Timbersaw. Now need to get out. The Chrono's going to be on the 2. They go straight onto the Io. Going to try and find him. Avalanche on the side though. Old 11 has found a kill. The boat in is going to protect Immersion for the moment. He'll try and move away. The X controls up the Void. They need to retreat though. Older Coolidge trying to move away. But he is so far from safety. Avalanche comes out. Toss on the spot. The Macafire as well. He's very tanky, but not tanky enough. They'll burn him out. On the back line though, they do find a pick off on the Kaka. The problem is, well, the side of Keen, they got the bigger kill. Avalanche through, toss across, Immersion, barely going to stay alive. He'll be able to. Old 11 brought back into the torrent. The Hack trying to farm against us, needs to be careful though, he's getting backed up. We'll be able to blink away just in time. Immersion did get the Tether link. A little bit too close for comfort. And Keen, they could push onto this tier 2 if they want to. X controls down to the Void.
That was a good Chrono, but no follow-up damage. I still think Tiny needs a Blink Dagger for positioning himself.
It would go a long way. And you saw the way they fought around Kunkka. Because he has that Aegis, they don't want to fight into him. They're going to try now to pretty far forward. They toss him away. Io does follow through though, with the Tether still linking them up. Old Chicken going to move in. There's Time Diners coming up. BKB as well. Immersion taking a lot of damage here. He just about gets away with the use of the Stampede though. And Afon's going to turn around. Dash has been controlled up. Dark getting a little bit low. They're going to drag him back. But Afon on barely any HP fighting up against this. The Stomp's going to come out on the 2. The Yule's going to come out as well. The Tiebreak. Mana Void does bring down the Void. Old 11 trying to move away quick enough. The toss buys him enough time to get the Shadow Blade off and move. The dust does reveal though. The Aegis has been reclaimed. Dark on the side, he's going to be ran down one more time coming out the Hack, and it looks like Dash is in a lot of trouble. Held on the spot, both did stun him on the face. He's almost out of mana here. Stand his ground, Timber Chain goes across. He's going to get the kill actually onto the Undying. Old 11 protected by the Cold Embrace, but Older Coolidge looking to back up here. Timber Chain through, enough mana on this Timber so to keep on going. Avalanche connects on the 2, and then it's going to be used the Winner's Curse. It does lock them in place, and Old 11, he still wants to fight against this. He's got the top. He'll hold them in place, he'll lock them down. He comes through, Afon getting low. They're actually going to get a torrent on the 2, but it's not good enough to get anyone. The Hack has got the Io to back him up. Can he move in now? Everyone is so low, but he's already used the Mana Void. Still on cooldown for 30 seconds. Dash trying to move away quick enough. Cold Embrace will keep him alive. Kaka, every one of these Cold Embraces on point, making sure he keeps his cause alive. They will be able to slow him down. Splendor Blast through, trying to return it. And actually, they're going to turn around. Immersion needs to be very careful because Old 11, look at the speed on this man. He comes in, he's going to club in the face. The Hack needs to be careful. The Avalanche, he hasn't actually got an Io to protect him anymore. He'll blink away and escape, but he's not able to find anything for his troubles and for his efforts.
Oh god, these fights are lasting for a minute and a half. The Chrono is back online after this fight. They don't have enough damage if they don't use either Chrono or Tiny plus some follow-up damage to kill an anti-mage. So anti-mage is doing a good job just grabbing a couple of kills on the side.
And we don't see Wyvern too often these days, but when we do see it, we're seeing Cold Embracers used perfectly. A skill that is usually frowned upon because you're essentially stunning one of your own teammates while healing them. Well, these damage sources, it's the perfect solution. You've got a Centaur building right click, you've got a Kunkka who's doing a decent amount of physical damage, and if you're out of mana, you don't actually care about Anti-Mage's mana break anymore. They're going to punish the man that was responsible for ruining the hopes. Karka going to be stomped up on the spot. Still on half HP though. When his curse does come out, and he's going to TP away, but Old 11 is here. There's the Mana Void being used. They forced it out of him. Old 11 might go in. Avalanche toss is there. This is a tanky Undying with the new ultimate though, and now they're going to relocate it. They use the Stampede. Ice Path perfectly placed by this hero though. They can move in a fight. They have got the Chrono Bev. Old Chicken hold on to it. He's going to be patient. They have got the relocate out, so there's no target there. And they really let the other ones escape. So it looks like the side of Gambit will escape. They only get killed on the Wyvern, but they did force out the winner's curse.
Io's healing them a lot in these fights. He's level 13 with the XP gain, should get him closer to level 25, and he's going to be tethered to a Centaur with the Aghanim Scepter upgrade, mitigate the damage, especially for people who get caught in a chrono.
Look at 11 here, 83.3% kill participation. 22.3k hero damage. This man has been doing all the work.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And he's been smart with his movements as well.
He has a double damage.
Yeah, we can use it. Shadow Blade in 10 seconds. Runes, it looks like it actually should be 2 apiece here. As Keen are in the top lane, they know there's another bounty rune available. They just want to get this tier 1 before backing up. Slowly building a lead. 3k net worth now for Keen. 6k in terms of XP. And when you consider the heroes they've got, you said very early on, these heroes need to be an XP advantage.
I like how Void gave up. He just fought. Hyper stun. I'm not bashing anything. I just need more attack speed.
It's just looking at it going, what can I do? Screw up. Need those triple bashes. They could do a lot of work here. The anti-mage barely surviving whenever he does escape. Now both teams squaring up around this tier 2 in the top lane. Oh, Chrono's going to be there. Boat's coming in though. Can they do enough damage to enemies quick enough? The boat should protect him. The Terror Cross as well. Old Chick with the BKB bashing him up, but is he going to bash him up enough? The Hash will be able to blink away on the back line. Karka's going to fall away. Stampede being used. Trying to move in for more. X will draw back on the dash, but he's going to use the Yule to just purge it off. Chasing through. Mana Boy is there. Old Chicken, he's out of mana, he's out of life. He is going to go down. And that very quickly backfired on the side of Keen. This is what happens when you don't lock in that Kunkka. He doesn't just get the big kills, he doesn't just protect you. Wait, no, they don't. Anti-Maze and Io, they went deep, Old 11 with the DD. He just clutches the back of a Keen game, and they're going to chase on the Afon now. He should be going down. And Tiny is carrying his whole team on his shoulders, and with those big, sprawling muscles of rock, there's no surprise there. FMG to fall afterwards, and it's a triple kill for the Timbersaw.
This fight started so well for Gambit. They managed to save Anti-Mage, but they managed to throw it again by chasing. They need to kill Io first, definitely. I don't think they should commit for a Chrono to try to kill an Anti-Mage if there's a Centaur and Io or being alive, especially since Io is getting really close to level 15.
And Gambit just seemed overconfident. It seemed when the Chrono got committed, they're like, okay, we're good to go. By the end of the fight, they went, oh yeah, this team has a Tiny. We totally forgotten about this.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Speaking of that Tiny, they're eyeing him up. I don't advise that they're Older Kulich. You haven't got enough heroes. They could try and TP out now, but Timbersaw's keeping an eye on this. 11, Shadowblade tries to move away. Dusk will reveal him though. Needs to be careful. X is going to be there. Timbersaw involved though. Yules to disrupt Kunkka's combo, and Older Kulich turned around on. He can't move away quick enough. The Torrent does connect on the 2, but that was your initiation. They're chasing for more. You still have the boat to work with, so there should not be any more follow-up kills, but you can already see Keen moving across the map. They're looking to re-engage again. Chrono up in 15 seconds, and this time, we'll probably have a higher impact.
You have 2 heroes who are godlike at this moment. Roche will respawn in 30 seconds, but they're not stopping. They have a Tiny who's level 20, deals a ton of damage. I think they're just fine with this. They could take a Shrine and go for a Roche after. That's a full AC on Tiny.
He's a beefy boy, a scary one as well, and, well, you want more attack speed on your Void? Tiny's providing it. Here's the question, what does Void go for next? It looks like he's going to go for the Mjolnir. More attack speed. That's always the answer.
Mjolnir is not that effective against the
AM,
anti-mage. Right? Kunkka has a BKB as well.
I mean, you could argue protecting himself and just getting the procs off, try and lower them a little bit, but maybe MKB would be better. Yeah, I should not be here trying to move away. Stampede, though, I don't know if it's going to protect him. They're getting pretty low. He should be fine, though. The overcharge plus the Stampede with the axe benefits will keep him alive. Thank God he reached that level 15.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
At least that's what he'll say. Only just, actually.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
You won't. The hack just trying to split push. Be wherever the rest of Keen are. That's the only choice he has because he's gone into the 30-minute mark and he's ahead, but he doesn't feel it. And he shouldn't because the 3 heroes below him in terms of net worth are all Keen Gaming ones.
Radiant's top shrine
They need to take this Roche. Give Tiny Aegis, Cheese for either Faceless Void or Timbersaw, but they're not committing.
They're actually just going to zone out here. They've got some people in the pit, so Keen will be able to actually whittle down this Roche. But you can already see the supports being pretty far forward. Old 11 as well. Just scouting out, making sure no one responds. Just look at the wards from Keen. Around the high ground, around the top and the mid. There is no angle of approach to the side of Gambit. And they already know this is going on. Like, when no one comes back to what you're doing in the bot lane, you know Aegis and Cheese is being claimed, but what can you do about it? I can tell you what you need to do about it. You need to get out right now. Tucker coming across, has a Glimmer Cape. There's the Winner's Curse out on Io. Maybe the Centaur gets away, but this little friendly ball won't be so lucky. Avalanche, and they can toss him on the spot. I should be able to get the bounty run as well. Perfectly timed to make sure they get additional gold just because they did not find the kill onto a core.
Timbersaw with the XP game talent, he's getting himself closer to level 25.
Not long now. In this game, would you want to see the Will and Death, maybe? I think it's pretty good against this lineup, right?
Oh yeah, against Kunkka, Centaur, Undying, even Anti-Mage, you're stealing a lot of attributes from him. Less damage. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the Timber Chain is the thing that people see to do a lot. But in this type of game, you're not kiting and buying time, you're just fighting. Afon has been found. The Chrono, no! Oh, chicken! Oh, the farewell kiss from Afon as he knows what just happened as he escapes. He'll be holding his deep breaths as he goes, thank God that was a little bit too late.
And this is going to be a huge item on Jakiro. Spirit Vessel, even though he does not have any charges, just to mitigate the healing coming out from Io.
Always a good item against Io. Old 11. Hunting the tankiest here on the side of Gambit. I'm not sure you do this. Maybe if you get +1. Tucker's on the way, but I think you want the other heroes. The Centaur right now is the key. I mean, the bow is very good from Gambit, but it's all about the Centaur.
Yeah, we've got to see this once again. Make fun twice.
I'm sure old chicken appreciates us just showing his worst moments. Nice that I think the production crew is a little bit biased because yesterday when Old 11 had a few mishaps with Echo Slams, they didn't show them. They do it for the Chrono Man. Smoke movement. Keen looking to move in here. No Chrono for 45 seconds and Gambit fully aware of this. They will be off their guard. Stellar Blade being used, trying to move in right now. They put down the sentry, they know they're being seen, but Old 11, can he get across in time? Nope. He's just going to wait patiently as they hit the buildings. They know Tiny's invis, and that is going to be Paranoia working away at the side of Gambit. Where is he? When's he moving? Avalanche going to be there. They did actually use the ultimate Flesh Golem to tank him up. FNG stands his ground. Ice Bath coming out. Full stuff to safety. Old 11 should be fine. Stomp does connect on the 2, but there's no follow-up right now.
No glyph left.
X-Boat coming in. They want to actually kill off Tiny. They know how much of a threat he is. They're going to get him low, but there's the Cold Embrace to protect him. And all of a sudden, he's healing up. When you're this tanky, Wyvern is 10 times more useful. Afon going to drag him back. Yule's going to come out onto him though. And BKB activated. Afon trying to go. Can they do enough? Macropod put down. But yes, Andy Mage is in the base. He's split pushing right now. They need to keep them all here. The Stampede running through. Old 11 slowed down a lot. Now the Winner's Curse is going to come out. He needs to move away. He's lost so much strength due to the Decay Axe effect. Now he's going to tower on toss there. Cross. They're going to find a kill. 5-back comes out from the eye. In the meantime, Afon, he's got no more bow buff to work with. The Torrent buying a little bit of time. He tries to turn around. Old 11, he's still living. FNG with the punches coming out. The 5-backs are going to be there. Now it looks like Andy Mace looking to get involved in the fight. They are going to abort. The rest of Keen looking to retreat. About that Tiny for 80 seconds, they don't want to fight. They did lose a tier 3 tower in the bot lane, and now they're going to lose more here as Dark goes down as well.
That's 2 buybacks committed, Io and Kunkka. They still didn't get the racks, but they forced the glyph out of Gambit. The problem is Void TP'd. He's the only hero who actually threatens anti-mage, but he was not in a fight, so there was no chrono. They need to deal better with the split push coming up from anti-mage. Try to get a pick off, and then try to push.
It's definitely a big question mark. They had to know there was a focus for Gambit there because they've been spending so much time in this bot lane. There had to be a stage where Keen identified this and then decided to push it. They're going to do it now, but punishment already had as they do lose a tier 3 tower.
That's why I like the idea more that Tiny gets the Aegis.
Chrono's going to be done anime, so they can relocate out. The Yules disrupts them. They've still got the tether though. The overcharge keeping them alive. The Hack standing his ground can move away. Questions will be had again. So desperate to jump this anti-mage, and the Hex was good, but you saw how long it took them to get on top of it. You know there's going to be a response. If you don't want it to be a response, get rid of that shrine.
Questionable plays from Faceless Void in the past 5-6 minutes.
Gambit, they now go on the hunt. Chrono on cooldown, they're not paranoid. The Winter's Curse is still available though, so you need to be a little bit careful. Jump in, Old 11 TP'd out. They stop and lock him in. No mana to work with Eevee. He's going to use the Shrine to try and buy enough time for his team to get across, but it may be a little bit too late. I guess that's been claimed, but it doesn't really matter. Old Chicken arriving now. He's going to get rid of the Tombstone. Old 11 tanking this all up will finally go down. BKB out from Afon. Dark Art moves in. Winter's Curse is going to be there. They punish the IO. Using his own team against him. The stop
the Centaur MVP.
It saves the life of Io. You glorious neutral creep. The Heart's looking to hunt for more right now. It's going to go in. The Hex is going to come out. Old Chicken wants to fight against him. The Stampede has been used. BKB activated from the Void. Time dilation to slow them all down. The boat is coming in. It'll give the boat buff over, and that means that Keen have to abort.
Centaur Warrunner summoned the inner Centaur Conqueror.
They walk to the camp. Centaur on the side of Gambit. He nodded his head to the Centaur neutral creep. He knew what he wanted. And still, he gets to live. If I was Keen, I'd walk up there right now and kill it. Just screw you, you ruined this. There we go. Punishment had. Rest in peace, Centaur. You've done your part.
That would actually be huge because
here we go.
Io doesn't have a buyback. Like, it went so well. There it is.
Change targets under the Centaur. Said, what up, bro? Just whispers in his ear. Save my Io. Yeah, that's a definite.
He can't believe what happened.
He's checking himself. I'm alive? You are indeed. As a result, your team shall be protected. As Lacoste said, no buyback available on this Io. And that could have easily been the one that broke the horse's back. 10k net worth lead still for Keen though. And this is starting to just even up. Anti-Mage still has a decent little bit of a lead, but I'm concerned because when you get a Void and Anti-Mage matching each other in terms of net worth, Void definitely feels like he's ahead.
Yeah, but this Anti-Mage is sitting on 37, 40 armor actually.
That is true.
Agility power treads.
As we know, Faceless Void doesn't have much luck with RNG, so he's not likely to get that piercing damage too often. KB procs will probably be about as low as his bashes. Somehow. So both teams just going to be patient. Roche should be up soon, potentially. No one wants to tempt fate before that moment. The Kiro. Go for the Yules next. I was wondering when we were going to see this. It's such a good item for this hero. Especially the heroes you're up against, right? You just dodge out the X. You can just interrupt the IO as well if you already use the Ice Path.
He has 3 Spirit Vessel charges, so that's going to bring a lot to the team fight. Just cast it on IO.
Gambit, they are smoked. But so is Keen. Keen is waiting. Old 11 has Shadow Bladed up, looking to move in, to hack. Looking to break the smoke, dangling himself, and it's pretty obvious. When you walk like this, it's a bit too easy. Keen knows something is up. Gonna go in now, they just want the regen in. I think maybe you could have made that less obvious if that's what you want to do. Like, just walk into the pit, make Keen assume.
Roche is gonna spawn in 2 minutes.
Long wait.
I don't think anyone wants to take a fight before the Roche. They just need to have lanes in good position. No tier 3 tower on both sides.
Which means advantage Gambit, because of course anti-mage can split push a lot more effectively than anyone else in this game. You can force them bot. I mean, that's the idea. It's risky because you don't know when it's going to spawn, so anti-mage going bot like this could backfire, but at the same time, with the blink being such a low cooldown, you can get across again in time. And you know Keen will be hesitant to go in the pit in a rush anyway. Tome's being picked up by Wyvern though. Just needs to get that level 3 ultimate. And of course when you get to level 20, well, you take the Cold Embrace cooldown with the things we've been seeing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not Hex coming out. Undying, he's hardcore, but it's an Undying kill. You don't want to commit too heavily. The Magpie's going to get him super low. Not enough to finish him off. The Flesh Golem will keep him alive, and he tries to keep the Tombstone alive as well. Dash just standing his ground, trying to get rid of this. He's jumping right now. Dahak on top of him. Yours is going to be there. Stomp does connect on the one. Finds the Jakira. It's not good enough. Looks like they're out of mana. Now the Chrono does go out on the free. Can they do enough damage? Old Chicken just moving in, looking for the kill. I will be able to get it. Turns around looking for more. The boat hasn't gone out just yet. He tries to get him before he can use Adbon. Looking to move away. The Stampede should allow him to escape here. He gets super low, but he will stay alive. Old Chicken will back up here, but Old 11 looking to fight more. BKB is going to come out to make sure he can move away before he got X back into a bow. But 2-for-1 trade in the end. And while it looks like a clear advantage for Gambit, at the same time, they've lost their biggest component, the IO, in that last fight.
Once Anti-Mage gets Abyssal Blade, that's going to be so huge. This Anti-Mage is not dying to any spells. Like MKB, Mjolnir, that's not going to deal any damage to him. He has 80% magic resist.
There we go. You can see it, that you don't want to commit heavily onto an Undying.
No, Undying uses a Tombstone and he wants to die. He wants to spawn another Tombstone.
They just dangled Timbersaw. They said, let him deal with it. The problem is, Anti-Mage deals with Timber really well at this point. He's got so much mana to work with and just burns up so quick. Good Chrono coming out, but the problem was they just didn't have the spells to follow up at that moment. They needed a Macropar there. It just wasn't ready. I think if they get Macropar, they actually take out all 3 heroes. Old 11 looking to take someone out. Needs to be very careful. Coolidge, he knows about this. Tiny's been found in the tree line. He just walked straight up. He knew what was going on. Avalanche does get him low. BKB coming out, but he got back. He can't move away. Old 11 forced to fight, and his team is nowhere nearby. This will be the end for Fair Tiny.
He does not have a buyback. He's 300 gold short, and the Roche just spawned. So this could be a game for Gambit.
Questionable plays coming out from Old 11, who has been playing almost perfectly up to this point, but that mistake could cost them everything here. And this is the big one. This is going to be your Aegis, your Cheese, and your Refresher Shot, which is double Stampede, double both. Both of these things very, very scary. Especially at this point in the game when you're approaching the highest talents. I mean, Kunkka's up to level 23 right now. Gets his hands on the Ghost Ship fleet, then it's a clear choice. You take double Stampede. Things just get ridiculous.
Double Stampede. Duration 8 seconds if you refresh it. And he has a Lotus Orb to get rid of a time dilation, which is a huge team fighting ability, and if you cast it correctly, you could just win a team fight on the Winter's Curse.
Key for Keen right now is this top tier 2. It means that if Gambit wins a fight and tries to go in the base, they have to go for the throne because they won't be able to get Mega Creep. So as long as they keep this top wave pushed out, try and buy enough time, Keen can hold back Gambit. They have the means to do so. They have the right heroes. Problem is, if you split up a little bit too much, like we saw, then you're in trouble, because Old 11, I mean, he was positioned so aggressively with his team so far away. That's why it backfired. For how much time he bought, if his team is anywhere near, you turn a fight and you can take it. There's the big crits coming out from Afon. We're going to see your classic Kunkka build here. No focus on halberds and the likes. He just wants to hit hard. Rule with an Iron Fist. You're actually, yeah, almost level 20. At that point, GPM should be the obvious choice here. He's still got plenty of items to buy.
Yeah, Io got his level 20 GPM talent, so he's good to go. And their buybacks are reset, so they're good to go.
Gambit pushing on this tier 2 top we talked about. Team not in a position to contest it either. They'll shove on the bot lane, but they need to be back in time because Gambit might just go for the high ground. Well, at least get rid of the shrine. Make sure there's no backstabs.
If Keen Gaming misplaces a chrono, this game is definitely lost. At this point, it's 1k gold lead for them, doesn't mean anything at this point, and it feels like Gambit managed to come back from, what was it, 20,000 net worth lead?
It was pretty absurd. They came back from the brink of death. And now Keen are the ones under pressure. If they lose this, they're done. They're out. Everything on the line for them. And Gambit, they can taste it in their mouth. Victory so close. As you said, they fluffed the chrono once. They're probably screwed. You at least have the high ground though, so Keen. They ping out with FNG. Just down the tombstone, you know straight away. Double tracking going out, going to move in. Dahak goes pretty deep here, looks for a kill. He's going to turn around the Timber Saw, but he does move right in time. Old Chicken getting rid of the tombstone, quick enough. BKB there, now the Stampede, stomp 1 and 2 is good enough. Moving in, Old Chicken, where's the chrono going to be? The boat's already coming in, it's not good enough. Kaka does get the winner's curse out, it's going to buy enough time. Old 11 with the big crits onto him, taking a lot of damage. BKB activated, they have got the chrono. He's going to try and move to the side so they can actually hit it onto him. That should be enough. They get rid of the Centaur. Buyback does come out. Io dead as well. He's going to buy back, looking to relocate it, but can they do it? Dahak getting low on HP. The Io does get cross protected. Mana Void used, and Void, he is gone and out of the fight. He's going to buy back. He finally rises. He realizes this is all in. Immersion is going to go down for the second time. It looks like they're going to pop the Aegis. Abaddon needs to move away quick enough. Older Coolidge, no Stampede to work with, a lot of health, but no life left. They're going to come up into the ice path. Avon can't move away. He says, go anti-mage. You need to escape with the bashes. The Avalanche isn't enough to have. Can they get rid of him? He's going to be able to blink away just in time. The time will fall. They can't catch him. Avon, he might go down. He's armored toggle him right now, but he has no easy way out. The boat came off cooldown. That fight was so long, but it doesn't matter. He's going to fall. The Cold Embrace protects on the dark. And they'll get rid of his tombstone before he dies.
That was a sick chrono from Void, and the way the Keen Gaming fought on the high ground, that's where they like to fight. There's a lot of trees for Timbersot with all the pure damage, and he has Aghanim Scepter actually. That's a shit ton of damage in the chrono, and there's not enough space, so Jakiro likes to fight in those areas. Ice Path is always gonna connect.
And beautiful patience coming out from Keen. They were threading a needle there. Kaka went down at the start. They lose that fight because without the winner's curse, they never buy enough time for the boat buff to wear out. Afon does buy back. Got the boat again. Trying to slow us down, but now they can go for either lane.
Yeah, they use the buyback on Centaur, Winter Wyvern, and Faceless Void.
Investments pretty heavily from both sides. Oh, Hex coming now. Look who's a little bit too far forward on dying. He might go down again. Go Scepter to protect, but it's too late. Finish him off the Whirl and Death. Old Chicken will be able to move on. Despite the big crits, Abyssal's going to be there. There's one cape to protect. Means that you can actually just move on out. They actually force the buyback out of FNG before they leave.
Yeah, I'm not sure he needed the buyback there. He already dropped the 2 tombstones, so they're not going to fight into this.
He wanted to feel involved. As a result, you managed to keep them out of your base, but you are investing most of your buybacks now. You're running out of things to throw at them. You have to remember that when Gambit went into that fight, they went into it with an Aegis. They had a second life to work with. Still backfired.
Anti-Mage needs to try to jump on Winter Wyvern, take him out, because he's controlling these fights with Winter's Curse, with Cold Embrace, and I like the item choice on Winter Wyvern. He knows that if he dies, this game is over, so he undesk for him, queued up.
The early GPM talent paying off. Of course, Jakiro has had to wait a long time to get his hands on his, but he's finally there. You can already see the aims he's building into. He's going for the Yules. He did delay it in favor of the Glimmer Cape and the Spirit Vessel. After that, maybe an Aeon Disc for the Jakiro as well. These ice paths could be pretty crucial.
Tonka just bought a Refresher Orb, even though he didn't go for a Ghost Ship Fleet.
Interesting. Double BKB, but still. I think the thing to look at right now is we're approaching level 25 for the supports of Keen, and I mean these two combined together are pretty lethal. Like especially the Wyvern with the Splinter Blast stun. And the other interesting thing in this game is Faceless Void. He has put his fate in the hands of God here, as he did take the backtrack talent.
I like that.
Oh, Bissell coming out. Tiny a little bit of trouble. Bo's coming in. Ice Pop's going to be the McIntyre as well. All 11 pretty tanky. Is he tanky enough though? He's healing up courtesy of the Cold Embrace. He'll be able to move away here. They don't want to engage too hard. They know the chrono is available.
Has ulti.
He's going in. Stomp's going to be there. X, Torrent. Connects onto the 2, but the 2 most tanky heroes is not what they want. They're looking for this Void kill maybe, or at least a support. If you enter on a Tiny or a Timber Saw, you're never going to kill him. And this time, when Tiny was in the mid lane, he did have backup. And amazing the difference it made.
Anti-Mage doing such a good job of going in on Tiny, burning all his mana.
Even at this stage, Tiny is the one that can just pick off your supports. Doesn't matter how tanky they see him on the Eye and the Undying. This Tiny is a huge threat for the side of Gambit.
This is all in from Team Gaming. They don't have buybacks.
It's true. They haven't got the Macropar, they've got the Chrono. Winner's Curse as well, so they got a way of resetting the fight. And they just stick Old 11 forward. They saw how tanky he is, especially with that AC as well. You burn his mana, then what do you do? Another tier 3 falls. As Gambit are feeling a little bit pressured. But no clear entrance for them. Tombstone's down this early. You know FNG just wants to get him out of his base. Him still moving in. Biff is going to be there as well. He's getting pretty low because of the decay with the Tether. On Raven keeping alive in the meantime. Storm's going to come out. There's the Winner's Curse. Connect to the lot here. And this will protect those. Going to keep the Wyvern alive for the time being, but it's too late. He's going to go down. 110 seconds. There's the BKB's come up. Chrono from Old Chicken. He commits and then he realizes he cannot. They're going to back away. That Arc will go for the TP out, but it's too late. It's going to be stomped on the spot. He will go down as 3 heroes dead for Keen. And well, the big problem here is your Wyvern does not have buyback.
This looks like it's game over. Timberson needs to buy back. He has one. Wyvern, no buyback. Jakiro, he has one.
Yeah, he brings it out. Timber, of course, still holding on to his, seeing if he can save his dosh. I don't think you can, my friend. Going through the backdoor protection. Anti-Mage hits pretty fast at this stage. He's stacked out. He's got everything he can have except for boots of travel. But they decide against it. Gambit are going to back up. They say, no, we have put them on the ropes now. Let's not risk putting ourselves in the same scenario.
And we're going to see that again.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
Lay down right here. Try and go
Sick
in.
Lotusaur play.
The Winter's Curse used against them, and it could have been so huge. That moment for Keen could have been crucial, and the Chrono committed afterwards. No insurance policy left. They needed to make sure they get out.
Roche will respawn in 20 seconds. Do they have a gem? I saw a gem being picked up by someone on the side of Gambit. Yeah, Centaur has one.
Comes down to this. Whoever gets this Roche can easily just break everything. We're at that stage. 51 minutes into this game and all even. Good old counter spell.
Double damage for Anti-Mage in bottle, plus a Satanic.
Ready to fight. Waiting for them to give him the opportunity. No BKB though. If you lock him down, you'll be in trouble.
There's no way this Anti-Mage is dying.
Little Dark guy though. The things just came out. They know about the Glimmer Cape. Ice Path's going to be there. Actually might be able to retreat from this. The Hex as well to ensure the Anti-Mage can't do anything. And there you go. They're going to purge off the DD. Old 11. He is pretty far forward here. And the last time he was in trees this close to that team, it didn't end well. You can feel how intense it is here. The net worth swings, the dips back and forth. Team behind in terms of gold, but they definitely have the stronger combo coming out of their support for 25.
Yeah, we saw Tiny's already going for that avalanche cooldown reduction and picking Octarine Core. There it is. It's all in. He does not have a buyback.
He knows this is it. The problem is you let him get Roche. And now it's back to your base and wait for the inevitable siege that Gambit is going to commit to. At least have to get the creep wave in the middle though. So that buys a little bit of time for Keen. But Wyvern's still got 2 levels to go until level 25. Jakira again ever closer, up to 24. Both of these spells could be so useful in these choke points when you're defending base. And yeah, Undying has reached the Tombstone Tower. Well, Keen, they've been very good at getting rid of those tombstones quickly in these fights, and all of a sudden this is going to become really problematic.
Yeah, you don't want to focus a tombstone in the late game.
Anti-Mage, filthy rich, 43,000 net worth now. It's what you typically see from this guy eventually. Of course, he got rid of the boots. Agi heroes don't need them anymore. They get their movement speed out of their stats. What do you think is the next big item we're waiting on for Keen? I mean, like we're seeing...
Timbersaur's not gonna get any stronger. Tiny just bought full Octarine core. Maybe if Jakiro hits level 25 with the Ice Pad duration.
Looks like Void is eyeing up a Daedalus as well.
He needs to go all in on damage. Try to get some lucky crits.
So what you're telling me is after the lack of luck we've seen in some of these fights with Bashes, he should get even more RNG. I mean, one of them's got a pop, right?
Exactly.
Gambit holding on that Refresher Shard with the double Stampede, the damage reduction that this side has. It's looking almost impossible for Keen in that they have to either find a pick-off or in a big 5-man team fight, they have to drag it out for so long. I'm not sure how much work Kafka can do with these cold embraces in that scenario. It's worked before, maybe it could work again. But Gambit, they've all got buybacks now, so they can actually commit to this if they want to. They know at least 2 heroes don't have it on the side of Keen. The reality is that 3 heroes do not have buyback. As you said already, Old 11 buying out on that Octarine core.
It brings Avalanche to, what, 3.75 cooldown with 1.8 duration. That's sick.
Pretty crazy. Hack moving in, they're using the X combo. We'll drag him away. They actually need to use him, if anything, but the problem is he does have the counter spell to make sure he can't. There it is. Bash come out. The Hack will be able to move away just in time. Give me range racks falling.
And they used the glyph already, so range rack's gone.
This is going to be a sad, sad way for a game to end. The Hack, locked in place. Oh, there's a toss on the spot, but he goes back.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'm using him. And the counter spell had ran out as well, so they should have been able to. He's just going to keep doing this. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. There's the Yules. Finally, Anti-Mage has to commit. Now the X won't be... No! They didn't time it right. He's going to come back again. Maybe this time. X. Counter spell. Where's the Yules? Not there. Literally being toyed with at this stage. Oh, Abyss is jumping in again, but protected. There's a stomp as well. They do activate the air on this, trying to move in now. Anti-Mage down half HP, but backed away again. And Yules is going to be there, actually. The Centaur did get a little bit too committed. Chrono's going to come out. It actually connects on the 3 heroes. Jump the eye first. BKB activated. They're moving through. Is it enough? The bow has already been used. The buff is coming to effect, but it's too late. You do lose your Centaur. No Stampede available because he is dead. Now there's going to be a Hex. The Hack trying to move away quick enough. Will blink away. If they see him, they can toss for the tree. Avalanche off cooldown once more. The cooldown on Old 11 just allows them to lock down so many people and ends up being a triple kill for the boy.
This is huge for Keen Gaming. They just got 3 kills. They need to force out the buybacks. Their buybacks are already reset besides the Jakiro, and everyone has enough money.
Beautifully done from Keen. Patience as well. Many teams would get frustrated in that moment when you see the X combo being used against you like that. Haste. Here we can see it. It was actually Centaur. They really needed this Wyvern kill, but that Elon Disc just allowed him to escape.
Centaur was holding ultimate, did not want to pop it.
And he could have bought back Stampeded to get them out, but he decided against it. Buyback committed now from the Aya. Trying to slow down this Void. They need to. Tombstone's been thrown down. He's going to go for it. Takes a lot of hits though. X is going to be out there. Taking decent amount of damage. There's the one death. Reduces so much of his health. He's going to go down once. When he comes up, they're going to be waiting to take him out a second time. He's at least got the boat and a BKB. Activates it, looks to move away. Hold on to the boat in the meantime. Time walk forward. Void, he's not done with his face just yet. X once more. Slows him down. They don't want to deal with Sun dying. Bow is now coming in. They're going to split up a little bit. BKB activated by Old 11 just to club onto these buildings and look to escape afterwards.
Mage still saving his buyback.
Needs to be careful. BKB time walk away, but a little bit too close for comfort. Now the Stomp's going to be there. They catch on the Jakiro. He can't move quick enough. The Winner's Curse comes out. Dark, he can TP away. Beautiful force stuff from Kaka to make sure there is no chance he loses his fellow support.
That's almost 6,000 HP undying.
Axe, we wondered what we were saying. It seemed like the cool option, and they agreed.
I mean,
decay.
If somehow he gets himself to level 25, yeah, tough choice. Depends if Wisp wants to tether him or if he buys the Aghanim Scepter for himself.
I mean, yeah.
Reincarnation is
decent.
The boss talent.
He's committed to it himself though, right?
Yep.
That's the thing. He's going for the Axe himself. So there must be a point at which Immersion's just gone, I'm not going to do this forever. I need to tether my cause at some point. And then who's it going to be? Likely choice is Anti-Mage. Maybe he links up with the Centaur again, but that's been backfiring for them. The biggest problem you have is two sources of your damage reduction can get caught in a chrono very easily. And look at that dip in net worth. Ian holding on as we approach the hour mark here in Bucharest. No easy end in sight. The Ice Path talent is now there. Wyvern is the key. If they can get 25 before they fight again with that Splinter Blast stun, that could just swing everything in favor of Keen. Roche could spawn very soon as well. And if the times align, Gambit cannot afford to wait. They will be forced to make the move. And it has to be on that Wyvern. But that Aeon Disc so smartly picked up. How the hell do you kill him quick enough?
If Faceless Void gets enough money for a buyback and refresher orb, that's gonna be...
Radiant are scanning.
I feel like we're at a state where you could maybe have Anti-Mage switch out an item for the Nullifier. Like in this type of game, it feels like it would be a really good item. Against the Void, against the Wyvern.
You could get rid of the Battle Fury, not get rid of, I mean, put it in a backpack, and have the Nullifier.
He's gone BKB. Problem is, if you get chronoed, you're still at risk. This Void is starting to dish out some mean physical damage. Around 350 now, in fact. And go for the refresher. He wants to make sure if someone goes wrong, if he fluffs a chrono, no pressure, refresh. Next time you fight, you're good to go again. Of course, he doesn't have much mana to work with. We gotta see what the time is going to be on Roche. 5 seconds until we know. And it's going to be 2 minutes. 2 minutes wait for Roche. Neither team likely to make a move in that time either, but they will keep eyes on the pit. And that's where we see a lot of mistakes happen, is someone just pokes their nose in, they get caught out.
And Aghanim finished on Undying. Also bought the 6th tome for himself.
He likes reading. He wants that 25 so badly. In fact, I believe he's the... Yeah. He's a... Actually, no. Centaur's now the lowest level in the game still. 23. After this start, you would have thought he would have been by 25 by now.
Oh yeah, if you look at the item progression from a Centaur, he had, what, 6-7 minutes Vlads, and then a Blink Dagger, and only managed to buy Lotus Orb.
It's looking pretty pitiful for him right now. He does what he needs to, but the Wyvern is richer than you now. Surprisingly enough, the Jira hasn't caught up yet, though. Which, with 150 gold talent, people maybe. Smoke move, though. I'm going to move in. Hex is going to come out, looking on the Undying first. But the Flesh Golem already activated, though. He's pretty tanky. The Hack does go pretty deep, but Kaka is protected by the Glimmer Kit. Magpie goes down. They're going to toss him on the spot. The Hack locked in. We'll just go looking for more. The Boat is going to follow through. BKB from Old Chicken. He actually went up to the high ground to get rid of the Tombstone. Now he's going to come around. He does have the Chrono to work with. He's going to throw it out to the Hack. There it is. It's going to go in. Is he going to get enough damage out of this? Is the question. The Stampede is protecting. Down to half HP. Anti-Mage. Hex stop. He can't move away in time. They're going to get 100 seconds on the sideline for the AM. Now the Winner's Curse being used on the IO as well. They're going to force them to stack up and go for Old 11, making a lot of space in the meantime on the side. The buyback is finally committed by the Anti-Mage, but IO's already dead. No BKB activated. Afon trying to come in, and yes, IO has no way into this fight. X does draw them back into the boat, but they're standing there growing. Older Kulit's very low on HP. Old 11's just going to flop and wait to Hack. He needs to control this fight. Old Chicken going to get low. The Cold Embrace keeps him alive. There's a Stampede being used. He's still thinking about using the Mana Void, but the Hex, the lockdown is too much. The Hack chasing in. There it is, the Mana Void. He gets the kill on the Void. Bash. Who does have buyback? The Bash is coming out. Kaka's going to go down as well. FNG chasing on through. They drag him back, and Tiny looks like he's going to be dead. Old 11 barely staying alive, but there it is. The Decay gets him. The triple kill comes out for AM, and they can move towards the pit, and it's almost time for Roshan.
They need to scout it out. It's going to spawn in less than 10 seconds. Double damage on the bottom as well. The Hawk might want to go for it.
Is this the moment you buy back and go to the pit on Keen? Like, you can't afford to give them an Aegis. Like, you've repelled them before, but it was a sequence of events that forced Gambit to make a mistake with Centaur's positioning that allowed that.
Oh, we're going to see that again. Chrono on Anti-Mage.
And this was when the Stampede came out to protect him. It ran out. Patience was there, and the Hex was enough. There was so much hesitation from AM to buy back here. It eventually worked out.
He's pinging it out. Roche. He can solo kill the Roche, no biggie.
It's taking long. Looks like Keen are just going to wait it out. They go, okay, we'll stand on our higher ground, we'll hold our ground. It does put a lot of pressure on Timbersaw to just keep the waves pushed out in the meantime. There it is. Victory punch. Feeling good.
They still have the cheese on on Io, and he needs like 2 creeps to get himself to level 25.
We're approaching the point where if you're not 25, you're the odd one out, and Io's the last one remaining. And with the heart as well, you probably go for the. You think you go with the attack? I think you go with the attack to every target.
Oh yeah, they really don't need it. Haven't seen any relocate plays in the past 30 minutes.
Except this one. Just to speed up the push. Blip was forced to hack them what he can. The free tower should at least go down. The tombstone's already on the ground. The Winner's Curse being used, punishing Io, but he should make it out in time. Actually takes the Anti-Mage with him. They X'd onto the Io to bring him back though, and the ping's already coming out. I'm not sure if this was a move. He has thunder. Geez, Stampede trying to get him away. Avalanche does disrupt him. Yours is going to come out of the 2 as the Lotus Orb was used. And Emotional a little bit too tanky with his heart pickup.
They have another cheese. Kanka needs to give it to Io, but the problem is they just popped the Centaur ulti.
Gambit essentially having a wine tasting party here, and they made sure they stocked up on cheese. But as a result, this team keeps them out of the base, and they'll back away. They did get the tier 3 tower, but they're not getting the juicy center. They're not getting these melee racks as yet.
Everyone is 25. Welcome to Dota 2.
Welcome to Dota 2 at 65 minutes in, and a 54% chance for Gambit to win, 46% for Keen.
Oh yeah, I'm glad that Undying picked up the CK cooldown talent with Aghanim Scepter. It's gonna bring it down to 2 seconds, stealing 10 strength.
Be pretty impactful here. He's not the optimal target. You've seen they don't want to usually go on FNG first unless he puts himself in a stupid location. And now he can just snatch away the biggest advantage for Keen, which is these super tanky heroes with the Timbersaw and the Tiny especially. Even the Void. I mean, he doesn't have as much HP to work with, but if you bring him down to about 1.5k, he disappears pretty fast. Especially with the Duncan build. Oh, X coming out, looking to make a move here. Can they do enough? Anti-Mage being kept alive by the Io. And there's the boat coming through. Order level looking to move away the Glimmer Cape, but they're moving in. Abyssal's going to come out. Jakira in a little bit of trouble. Chrono does go out, maybe a little bit too late. Golden Brave will keep Dark alive though. The Mana Boat is not a lot. They're going to turn around. Tiny did walk into the Chrono himself. BKB activated for the boat who's next. Tosses on the spot, trying to control him up. They can't. Stomper's going to be there to hack, chase him for more. Order 11 looking to retreat. And Winner's Curse will protect, so Center can't chase on, but Timbersaw's going to be left behind. And Jakira did fight back. Problems arise.
They can't really fight. After they use a boat, a Centaur ulti, they're literally not taking any damage. Aegis still on Anti-Mage. They have a Refresher on a Centaur. They have another cheese.
There's a thing here. There's a thing. Faceless Voice very close to the Refresher, and they did use the boat plus the Stampede. Just trying to figure out if you can sell something if it's worth it. Because you have to be all in here. Timbersaw is going to buy back. The Hack trying to move away. The Ice Path stuns in place for a very long time here. X is going to be there. He tries to stand his ground and fight though. Now, Stomp. Ultra Killage moving in. Bo going to follow through. Does connect on the tiny space. And it looks like Timbersaw getting low. You want to protect himself. The Torrent is weighing. Ice Path goes down. There's user Stampede trying to escape but there. He's interrupted. The Avalanche does lock him down, but not long enough. Hold and break to protect the lead there. But Timbersaw getting low. Buyback comes out of the eye. Ready to commit to the fight. Old Chicken goes around in immersion, but he can't back him up yet. Go Scepter protects him. Old Chicken needs to think twice about this and maybe move away. Gets tossed away to safety. Old 11 says leave. Don't fight like this. The Decay is just stacking him down. Tiny not so tanky anymore. The Stomp comes out, the double edge through, and FNG gets the Decay kill. Fly back out from Tiny. They need to hold right here. 35 seconds until they got the Chrono available. The Hack going pretty deep. Looking at Old Chicken. The BKB activated. They want to fight. The toss on the spot. Is it going to be good enough though? They're going to protect him with this Ultra. Turns around. X drags him back. The stuns are going to be there. Mana Void. Void. He might go down here. He's out of mana. He's out of life. He's out of time. He's dead. The Winner's Curse used. Buyback. Looking to fight. Very close to the fountain so everyone could get involved right now. Stunned up on the spot. Undying might finally fall, but the Ghost Scepter protects him. Turns around the Decay on the 2. Tossed up the spot. Finally going to go down. Yours is going to be the Animation controlled up. The Ice Path is good lockdown, but they need to follow up with it. They don't have the lockdown to actually even get him to half HP right now. The toss is on the spot, but they don't want to get close enough with the bashes. Double Tombstone means it's too much of a problem, and they'll allow Gambit to leave their base.
Anti-Mage still has that Aegis for a little bit less than a minute. Centaur ulti ready in 30 seconds. They want to go in. No buyback on this Timbersaw for another 50 seconds.
That network swing. Right now, Keen, the Chrono is everything. It has to land, it has to be good. If it's not, they're in trouble. And as you said, Aegis still running means they can't commit hard on this Anti-Mage, and they've only got one lane left.
Man, sick, what a game. Back and forth, back and forth.
68 minutes. We are approaching the point. What was the longest game we had yesterday? Was it 72? Around that
Sniper against Medusa. Yeah, that was a long-ass game.
And Gambit was in that one as well. We are getting one hell of a show out of Gambit nonetheless. at this. It's just impossible to get through IO and Anti-Mage when they're linked up like this. Yeah, I just got confirmation. 72 minutes was the longest game.
This Undying lives through everything.
They got him so close to dying so often. And keep in mind, this was without the Flesh Golem, which increases his health now, courtesy of the changes. What a god.
This is gonna be a really big item if Undying manages to get it.
Is he going for the... He's going for the
Yeah,
E-Blade.
Ethereal Blade, that's one of the best items you can get against the Lintel Wyvern. Just try to pop it on your teammate.
Not just that, the Decay build, right? Because you're going to stack crap tons of strength.
Yeah.
And then you just nuke someone down. And imagine if Tiny gets to the stage where he's decayed all up and he just gets nuked by an E-Blade from a support. Because that's the thing. These decays are screwing over that burst damage that Old 11 has had for so long in this game. Anti-Mage still up at 938 GPM. We haven't broken the 1k barrier yet, but one hell of a performance out of the hack so far this game. Definitely proving that him on AM is not just a comfort pick, it's an effective pick. Has he started buying moonshots for other people yet? Are we at that stage? I feel like we are. I think he maybe bought... yeah, he bought one for Kunkka.
Yeah.
Centaur would like one as well, though.
Centaur has a refresher orb for himself, so we have 2 refresher orbs, and we used, like, what, 4 or 3 refresher shards from Roche.
It's been quite a lot. This is going to be the 5th Roche, I want to say. I believe it is 5th. We had 2 refresher shards, right? Yeah, 5th Roche.
We had 3 for sure.
3 refresher shards, you think? I'm losing track with the refresher orbs coming online. Void, he's going Divine Rapier. He was going to go for a refresher orb himself, but he realizes the problem here. He's not doing enough. That's how he feels anyway. And with a Divine Rapier and the amount of attack speed he has, maybe they can finally put an end to Anti-Mage. In, DD's going to be there. Glimmer Cave on Dark to protect him. Hex does come out. Kano's back on the Timbersaw there. The move forward Dark. Ice pass down. BKB activated. Chrono's going to be there, but on the immersion alone, they can't do enough. Hex up. Old Chicken just running around like a headless chicken. And now it's going to be drawn back. BKB activated to make sure he doesn't get stunned. As the boat comes in, they're going to hold their ground. Dark gets low. Will go down. Buyback comes out from Wyvern in the meantime. The BKB activated for Old 11 to try and TP away. It's too late. Kunkka gets the kill. And they're going to leave Timbersaw behind as well. He has no way out of this.
He has no buyback either.
No one does. This is everything for Keen. They have 2 heroes remaining, and there is no way in hell you can hold, not without that Chrono. You would need a godly Winter's Curse here that would somehow kill Anti-Mage.
That's GG. There's no way they're winning this fight with 2 heroes. Chrono is already used. What a game, man.
One hell of a game indeed. And in the end, Gambit, they 2-0 from Keen here.